Welcome back to the No Limit Crypto channel, where I bring you updates from the crypto markets every single day. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so that you never miss these updates. So what I have in store for you today is AXIE Infinity. AXIE Infinity is forming a really nice pattern. There is this pattern forming. We could call it a symmetrical triangle. And what this triangle tells me right now is that something is going to happen right now. In the next 4 days, max, it doesn't, just because this pattern closes right here, that doesn't mean that we're gonna go all the way right here to here. It just means that now we need to take a look at what's happening. Something is brewing here, and if I am correct, something great will be brewing up for the bulls here. AXIE Infinity has been the craziest mover in the last couple of months. Since since July, maybe even June, down here, AXIE Infinity has gained 3,139%. And I don't think we're stopping right here. I don't think AXIE Infinity is done. I think it will keep going up. So what I'm looking at right now is this symmetrical triangle, and particularly this upper resistance line. In my trading, I've told you before, I go with the trend. I don't like going against the trend. And the simplest way for me to recognize what the trend is right now, obviously in these ones, it's pretty easy to see where the trend is going. We went bam, we had a little consolidation right here, bam, and I think this is gonna be a little consolidation period, and we're gonna go up from here. But if the market if the price doesn't tell you this clear of a picture, I take a look at the 200-day moving average. And as long as we're trading above the 200-day moving average, I think we are in an uptrend. So we're looking at this pattern right here. And what I'm expecting right here is us to break this resistance line to the upside. So what I'm expecting in the next couple of days, could even be today. So I want you guys to stay alert, don't miss this one, because this is going to be a massive trading opportunity. So we're looking at this, and what I'm looking for is a break up here. And we might get some issues from the all-time highs, but if we gain enough momentum, the next target that I have is this Fibonacci line, 1618 line, right here. And I think this is a very, very realistic place where we could go. If the break in this pattern, if it gains enough momentum, and what I mean with momentum is that we need to see some differences we need to see a spike in the volume right here. When we break, we need to see a spike right there. We need to see increases in volume. That means, and that tells me, that there is gonna be some momentum, and that momentum might take us above the all-time highs. It's pretty much that simple. There is not much else in here. If we break to the downside, let's take a look at some targets. If you want to be crazy, I'm gonna stay on the sidelines for this. That if it breaks to the downside, that's not for me. My number one rule is, if we're above the 200-day, not the 200-day moving average, if we're above the 200 moving average, I'm trading, waiting for breaks upwards. If we're below, I'm looking for breaks downwards. It's a simple strategy. But let's say that it breaks to the downside. We don't want to be just bulls here. We we want to stay realistic. So this pattern could 100% break to the downside, and the same thing applies here. If it has enough momentum to the downside, we could break this support here, right there, and after that, it's a free fall. Like it's gonna be a nice free fall of some 20%, 25%, you know, because we went up like this. We went up in 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. You know, not 4 hours, 4 candles. So that's 16 hours. You know, that means that there's not much resistance over here. And that means that we're gonna come back to this around $46 mark with the 0.236 Fibonacci line. I usually don't really trade that much with Fibonacci lines. I don't pay that much attention to them. The reason that I really have these Fibonacci lines in this chart is because when we move above all-time highs, it's really hard to predict what could happen, and we need to have some sort of idea where we might go. This doesn't mean that this is the line that we're going to hit. Like, it might not happen, it might not reach, it might get to the $100 mark and get some troubles over there. So when I'm going to trade this, I'm fairly likely going to trade this up here and get in hopefully around let's say I get in at a $76 range, something like that. And once it breaks up, I'm probably gonna put my stop loss somewhere around this 0.786, a bit under it, because the market is so volatile, so it might just make a quick spike downwards. But I'm gonna put my stop loss somewhere over here, and then I'm gonna stay alert and follow the market for a while and see what happens. Because worst comes worst, if this trade doesn't go as well as I planned, we're gonna get some too much action right here over at the all-time highs. If we never break it, we never break it. But so that's the point where I'm gonna stay alert and see what's going to happen. Yeah, so don't miss this trade. If it breaks to the upside, you have a possibility to enter if you want. If it breaks to the downside, you also have a possibility to enter, but you gotta, please stay safe. Don't do anything stupid, because the market is crazy, and these coins, we've made a amazing move upwards. We might as well fucking go downwards. It's that simple. Peace out.